Welcome, traveler, to a journey back in time. Leave the noise and haste of the modern world behind as we step into the heart of ancient Rome. Bathed in the soft, golden glow of candlelight, tonight, we explore the quiet corners of a civilization that shaped history, not through the clash of swords or the roar of the Colosseum, but through the tranquil beauty of its nights. Let the gentle flicker of oil lamps guide your way through silent courtyards and peaceful villas. Feel the cool night air on your skin, carrying the faint scent of stone and cypress trees. The city sleeps, but its soul remains awake, whispering stories of emperors and poets, architects and artisans. This is a Rome of dreams, a place of profound peace and contemplation. As our camera glides through these ancient spaces, allow the atmospheric fog to soften the edges of reality, blurring the line between then and now. The warm, inviting colors create a sanctuary for your mind, a safe harbor from the storms of daily life. Notice the intricate details etched into every surface, the mosaic floors that once felt the tread of sandals, the frescoes that still hold their vibrant hues, the marble columns that have stood sentinel for centuries. Each element is a testament to a culture of immense creativity and enduring strength. There are no distractions here, no modern objects to break the spell, no voices to interrupt your thoughts. Just the pure, unadulterated essence of a bygone era. This experience is designed for your relaxation, a visual lullaby to help you unwind, meditate, or drift into a deep and restorative sleep. Let the calm, relaxing ambience wash over you. Imagine yourself walking these hallowed halls, a silent observer in a world of quiet grandeur. The city breathes around you, a slow, steady rhythm that matches your own. As we move deeper into the night, feel the weight of your worries begin to lift. The stillness of these Roman nights has a power to soothe the mind and heal the spirit. This is your time to disconnect, to find stillness within yourself. In this space, you are free to simply be. Let the peaceful visuals be your guide to a state of deep tranquility. Every shadow, every highlight, every texture is crafted to enhance this feeling of serenity. It's more than just a video. It's an immersive journey into a world of timeless beauty and peace. Thank you for joining us on this nocturnal voyage through ancient Rome. We hope this experience brings you the rest and calm you seek. We will continue to explore the quiet side of history in our future journeys. If you found peace in this moment, we invite you to subscribe and join our community of fellow travelers. Sweet dreams, and may your night be as peaceful as this ancient city. Imagine the world just before dawn. In the heart of a sprawling empire, the city of Rome begins to stir, long before the clamor of the Forum fills the air, before the chariots race in the Circus Maximus. A quiet, almost sacred ritual unfolds within the hallowed walls of the Curia Julia, the Roman Senate House. As the fierce, gentle rays of sunrise pierce the morning mist, they stream through the high, arched windows of the Senate Hall. The light, soft and golden, illuminates a scene of profound tranquility. It catches the countless dust particles dancing in the air, turning them into a glittering, ethereal mist. This is not the Rome of grand battles or triumphant parades we often picture. This is the intellectual and political nucleus of the empire, captured in a moment of serene contemplation. The hall itself is a masterpiece of architecture and power. Towering marble columns, cool and smooth to the touch, rise towards a coffered ceiling. Their surfaces, polished by centuries of history, reflect the nascent daylight in soft, milky sheens. The floor, an intricate mosaic of colored stones, tells stories of gods and heroes, its patterns still partially veiled in the soft shadows of early morning. The air is still and carries the faint, dry scent of marble, old wood, and papyrus. Along the tiered seating where senators will later engage in fierce debate, a different kind of work is already underway. At simple wooden desks, scribes are hunched over their tasks. These are the unsung administrators, the keepers of records, the human machinery that keeps the vast Roman state running. Their heads are bowed in concentration, their world narrowed to the tip of a reed pen and the blank scroll before them. Listen closely. The only sound is the gentle, rhythmic scratching of pen on papyrus. Each stroke is deliberate, a careful deposit of ink that transforms blank sheets into laws, decrees, historical records, and letters to distant governors. These scribes are not just copying words, they are weaving the very fabric of Roman governance. The curve of each letter, the spacing between words all follows a practiced, meticulous art. Their hands, stained with ink, move with a steady grace, a testament to years of training and dedication. The sunlight creeps further into the hall, tracing a slow path across the floor. It illuminates the details we might otherwise miss. The intricate carvings on the leg of a desk, the subtle grain in the wooden scroll cases, the texture of the linen tunics worn by the scribes. Each papyrus scroll, tightly rolled and stacked in wooden cubbies, represents a piece of the Roman world. One might contain a new tax law for a province in Egypt, another a detailed report on the grain supply from Sicily, and a third, perhaps, a personal letter from a general on the German frontier. This quiet, industrious scene is the bedrock of Roman power. While the legions conquered and the emperors commanded, it was here, in the silent diligence of these scribes, that the empire was truly administered. It was through these painstakingly copied documents that orders were transmitted, laws were enforced, and history was recorded for posterity. The stability of an empire that stretched from Britain to Mesopotamia depended on the accuracy and reliability of these written words. Think about the sheer volume of information that passed through this room. Every edict, every senatorial decree, every legal judgment had to be documented, duplicated, and distributed. It was a monumental task, performed without the aid of printing presses or digital technology. Every single copy was a product of human effort, a testament to the organizational genius of Rome. The scribes were the vital link in this chain of communication, the silent guardians of the empire's institutional memory. As the sun climbs higher, the light within the hall brightens, casting away the last of the soft morning shadows. The golden glow gives way to a clearer, more direct light. The sounds from the city outside begin to filter in the distant rumble of cartwheels on stone, the first calls of merchants setting up their stalls in the forum. The peaceful solitude of the dawn is slowly giving way to the bustle of a Roman day. Soon, the senators will arrive, their colorful togas a stark contrast to the simple garments of the scribes. The air will fill with the sound of voices, with arguments, proposals, and pronouncements. The quiet concentration will be replaced by the dynamic energy of political life. But for these few precious hours, the Senate hall belonged to the scribes, to the quiet hum of administration, to the steady silent work of holding an empire together, one word at a time. This moment, this peaceful sunrise in the heart of Rome, is a powerful reminder that history is not just made in the heat of battle or the passion of debate. It is also made in the quiet, consistent, and often overlooked efforts of countless individuals. It's written in the ink of these scribes, preserved in the scrolls they so carefully created, and illuminated by the gentle light of a new day, dawning over the eternal city. It's a vision of order, of knowledge, and of the enduring power of the written word. It's the calm before the daily storm of politics, the quiet engine room of a civilization that shaped the world. And as the last scribe finishes his morning's task, rolling up a freshly inked scroll and placing it carefully in its designated spot, the cycle continues. The sun is now high in the sky, the city is fully awake, and the Roman Senate is ready to convene. The peaceful ambience gives way to the day's pressing matters, but the foundation laid in these quiet morning hours remains, solid and unwavering, just like the marble columns that have witnessed it all. Thank you for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this glimpse into the quieter side of ancient Rome, please like, share, and subscribe for more explorations of history's forgotten moments. We'll see you in the next one. Welcome, history enthusiasts, to a journey back in time. We're stepping into the heart of the Roman Republic, a place where the fate of millions was decided, not on a battlefield, but through words, debate, and ambition. This is the Curia, the Senate House of Rome. Imagine standing here over 2,000 years ago. The air is thick with the scent of oil lamps and the faint murmur of Latin. Light from flickering torches dances across the marble floors, casting long, dramatic shadows that seem to writhe and whisper secrets of power. Around you, pillars of polished stone rise toward a coffered ceiling, silent witnesses to centuries of history. The room itself is a statement, a testament to order, tradition, and the enduring power of Rome. Look at the men gathered here. These are the senators, the patres conscripti, the enrolled fathers of the Roman state, dressed in their simple white togas with a distinctive purple stripe. They represent the oldest and most powerful families in Rome. To be a senator wasn't just a job, it was a birthright, a lifelong calling, and the absolute pinnacle of social and political achievement. Each man here has walked the cursus, anorum, the ladder of political offices, serving as quaestor, aedile, praetor, and perhaps even consul, the highest office in the Republic. Their faces, illuminated by the warm, golden glow of the lamps, are a study in concentration. Some lean forward, listening intently. Others recline slightly, their expressions unreadable, masks of stoic calm. But beneath this tranquil surface, the chamber is alive with tension. Alliances are being forged and broken in hushed conversations. Reputations are being built and destroyed with a single, well-timed speech. Every glance, every gesture, holds meaning. This is the ultimate political theater. The seats are arranged in tiers, rising on either side of a central aisle. There's a strict, unspoken hierarchy to the seating. The most senior and respected members, the former consuls known as the consulaires, sit at the front. Their voices carry the most weight, their opinions sought after. The princeps senatus, the first senator, holds a position of immense prestige, traditionally given the honor of speaking first in any debate. At the far end of the hall, on a raised platform, sits the presiding magistrate, usually a consul or a praetor. It is his duty to call the Senate to order, to present the day's agenda, and to maintain decorum. But he is not a king. His power is checked and balanced by the collective will of the men before him. He proposes, but the Senate disposes. The core principle of the Republic, Senatus Populusque Romanus, the Senate and people of Rome, or SPQRS, embodied in this very chamber. Think of the debates that echoed off these walls. Should Carthage be destroyed? Should Caesar be granted his triumph? How should the grain supply for the city be managed? These were not abstract discussions. The decisions made here had immediate and profound consequences, shaping the lives of people from the misty shores of Britain to the sun-baked deserts of Syria. An eloquent speech could sway 100 votes and launch 1,000 ships. A poorly chosen word could lead to political ruin. The orators of Rome were legendary. Men like Cicero, whose powerful speeches could move the entire Senate to tears or to rage, understood that persuasion was the ultimate weapon. They would practice for hours, perfecting their delivery, their gestures, their use of rhetoric to disarm opponents and win over the undecided. The acoustics of the Curia were designed to carry a single, an amplified voice to every corner, making every senator an audience to these master classes in persuasion. But it wasn't all high-minded debate. This was a place of intense personal rivalries and deeply entrenched factions. The Optimates, the conservatives who sought to preserve the power of the aristocracy, frequently clashed with the populaires, who championed the cause of the common people, often for their own political gain. These ideological battles could become intensely personal, spilling out from the Senate House into the public forum and sometimes into open conflict. The statues that line the chamber are not mere decorations. They are constant reminders of the past, effigies of great Romans who came before, ancestors, heroes, triumphant generals. They stare down with unblinking marble eyes, a silent jury judging the actions of the current generation. To a Roman, ancestry was everything. Living up totemos, mirum, the way of the ancestors, was a sacred duty. These statues served as a powerful reminder of the legacy each senator was expected to uphold. As the day's session draws to a close, a vote is called. There is no simple show of hands here. The presiding magistrate will ask the senators to physically divide the room. Those who are of this opinion, step to this side. You who think otherwise, to the other. This physical act of commitment, of walking across the floor to join your faction, is a powerful and public declaration. There is no hiding, no abstaining. You must choose a side. The slow, shuffling movement of hundreds of men in togas, their sandals scraping on the marble, is the sound of Roman policy being made. As the senators file out, the chamber empties, but the atmosphere of power remains. The torches burn low, and the shadows deepen once more. In the quiet, you can almost hear the echoes of 1,000 arguments, 1,000 decisions that built an empire. It was here that Julius Caesar was declared a public enemy, and it was in a temporary meeting place of the Senate that he was assassinated. A brutal act that would plunge Rome into civil war and pave the way for the age of emperors. Even after the Republic fell and emperors took control, the Senate endured. Its power was diminished, its role often ceremonial, but its prestige remained. For centuries, the idea of the Roman Senate, a council of the best and brightest guiding the state, captivated the Western imagination. Its influence can be seen in the very structure of modern governments, in the senates and parliaments that meet across the world today. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the Roman Senate. It was a place of immense gravity, a crucible of power where a word could be as mighty as a sword. If you enjoyed this glimpse into the past, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration. We'll see you next time. Step into the heart of the Roman Empire, long after the clamor of the Forum has faded into the quiet of the night. Here, in the dim, flickering light of oil lamps, the real work of the empire continues. This is a tax office, a tabularium, where the wealth and stability of Rome are meticulously recorded, one coin, one scroll at a time. The air is thick with the scent of aging parchment, melting wax, and the cool stone of the walls. Outside, the great city sleeps, but in here, history is being written in bronze and ink. Look around. The room is lined with long, heavy wooden tables, their surfaces worn smooth by centuries of use. They are laden with the tools of the imperial administration. The stacks of papyrus scrolls, bound with leather ties, containing records from distant provinces. From Gaul to Egypt, beside them are wax tablets, or pugiades, their dark surfaces covered in the elegant, cursive script of Roman scribes. A stylus scratches softly against the wax, the sound barely disturbing the profound silence. Each coin represents a story, a farmer's harvest, a merchant's trade, a soldier's pay. These are not just pieces of metal. They are tangible links to the millions of lives that make up this vast and complex civilization. The scribe dips his reed pen, a calamus, into a small pot of atramentum, a rich, dark ink made from soot and gum. His hand moves with precision across a fresh sheet of papyrus, his strokes firm and clear. He is not merely a clerk. He is a guardian of order, a vital cog in the immense machine of Roman governance. The soft glow from the oil lamps casts long, dancing shadows across the room. The lamps themselves are works of art, crafted from terracotta, their spouts blackened by countless nights of use. The warm, golden light illuminates the concentrated faces of the scribes, their brows furrowed in focus. They work with a quiet dignity, their task both mundane and monumental. Through the arched window, you can catch a glimpse of the Roman night. Perhaps the moon is casting a silver sheen over the tiled roofs of the insula, the apartment blocks where the city's populace dreams. The weight of responsibility hangs in the air, yet it is a peaceful, steady weight, not a crushing one. The scribes know their role is essential. Without their diligent work, legions would go unpaid. Aqueducts would fall into disrepair. Imagine the information passing through this very room. Reports on grain shipments from Alexandria, tax revenues from Hispania, details of public works projects right here in Rome. Every scroll is a piece of a grand puzzle, and these men are the ones who fit it all together. But it is just as crucial. It is the foundation upon which the entire structure rests. The rough grain of the wooden tables, the smooth, cool surface of the wax tablets, the delicate fibers of the papyrus. In this quiet room, under the watchful gaze of the gods, the Roman world is held in balance. The night deepens, and the lamps burn lower. One by one, the scribes will finish their tasks. They will carefully roll up their scrolls, tidy their tablets, and extinguish their lamps, leaving the room in darkness. But the records they have created will remain preserved for future generations, a silent testament to their tireless efforts. Tomorrow, the sun will rise, the city will awaken, and the work will begin anew. The cycle is endless, just like the empire they serve. This quiet, steadfast dedication is the true source of Rome's strength. Let the stillness of this moment wash over you. In a fast-paced world, there is something deeply calming about witnessing this scene of slow, methodical work. It's a reminder that great things are often built, not through frantic action, but through patient, persistent effort. The legacy of these anonymous scribes is all around us, in our legal systems, our languages, and our very ideas of civilization. And it all started here, in a quiet room, on a peaceful Roman night. Thank you for joining this journey back in time. We hope you found this glimpse into the administrative heart of ancient Rome as fascinating and calming as we did. If you enjoyed this experience, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more immersive journeys into the past. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you again soon. Imagine standing here, on the balcony of a Roman governor's villa. The year is 122 AD. Below you, the sun sets over a sprawling province, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. This isn't just a home, it's the nerve center of Roman power, a symbol of order and ambition at the very edge of the world's greatest empire. For the man who lived here, this view was his daily reality, a constant reminder of the vast territories under his command and the immense responsibility on his shoulders. Who were these governors? They were the extended hands of the emperor, men chosen from the senatorial or equestrian ranks, tasked with maintaining the Pax Romana, the Roman peace, in distant lands. Their jobs were a complex mix of military command, judicial authority, and financial administration. One day, a governor might be leading legions to quell a rebellion on the frontier. The next, he could be presiding over a local court case, settling a dispute between merchants. Let's step inside, away from the cooling evening air. Look at this table. It's not set for a lavish banquet. Not yet. Instead, it's covered in maps, scrolls, and wax tablets. These are the tools of governance. These map, that are likely drawn on papyrus or parchment, details the province's major roads, cities, and military forts. Every road was a lifeline, essential for moving troops, supplies, and, crucially, information. A message from Rome could take weeks or even months to arrive, so a governor had to be decisive, often acting on outdated intelligence with the full authority of the emperor. His correspondence would be immense. Letters from local magistrates pleading for funds to build a new aqueduct. Reports from legionary commanders about skirmishes along the border, and personal appeals from wealthy citizens seeking political favors. Each decision he made could have profound consequences. Approve the aqueduct, and he brings clean water and goodwill to a city. Mismanage the provincial finances, and he could face recall, disgrace, and political ruin back in Rome. It was a high-stakes, high-reward position. Life was an all-work, of course. This villa is a testament to that. Despite being on the frontier, it's a slice of Roman luxury. You can see the intricate floor mosaics, the remains of frescoed walls depicting mythological scenes, and the layout of the private baths, the thermae. For a governor, these comforts were more than just personal indulgence. They were a statement. They projected an image of Roman sophistication and permanence, showing the local populace that Rome was not just a conqueror, but a civilizing force, here to stay. The governor would entertain local elites here, forging alliances and ensuring their loyalty. These banquets were political theater. The food, the wine, the conversation, everything was carefully orchestrated to reinforce the social hierarchy, with the governor as Rome's representative at its apex. By co-opting the local aristocracy, he could govern more effectively, using their influence to collect taxes and keep the peace. It was a far more efficient method than brute force alone. But the shadow of military duty was never far away. A governor of a frontier province was, first and foremost, a commander. The distant mountains we saw from the balcony weren't just a beautiful landscape. They were a border, a potential source of raids and invasions. His primary duty was to protect the province from external threats. This meant constant vigilance, reviewing troop deployments, and ensuring the legions were well supplied and ready for action at a moment's notice. The pressure must have been immense. Isolated from the familiar politics of Rome, surrounded by a foreign culture, and holding the power of life and death over thousands, a governor had to be a unique blend of soldier, administrator, and diplomat. Some, like Pliny the Younger, in Bithynia, are remembered for their meticulous administration and thoughtful correspondence with Emperor Trajan. Others are remembered as tyrants, like Gaius Verus in Sicily, whose corruption became legendary through the speeches of Cicero. The career path of a governor was a pillar of the Roman political system known as the cursus in. A man would work his way up through a series of political and military posts. A successful term as governor could be the crowning achievement of his career, paving the way for the ultimate prize, the consulship in Rome. A failure could mean the end of his ambitions. The stakes were incredibly high, not just for the province, but for the man himself. As dusk turns to night, servants would light the oil lamps, casting a soft, flickering glow across the room. The maps would be rolled up, the tablets put away. The governor might retire to his private study to read philosophy or poetry, a reminder of the cultured Roman world he represented. Or he might walk the colonnaded garden, contemplating the immense challenges of the next day under a canopy of stars. The silence of the countryside broken only by the sentry's call. These villas, now silent ruins scattered across what was once the Roman Empire, are more than just archaeological sites. They are windows into a world of power, strategy, and culture. They tell the story of the men who governed a quarter of the world's population, not from the marble halls of Rome, but from windswept hillsides on the edge of the known world. They were the linchpins of the empire, and their legacy is etched into the very landscape they once ruled. Thank you for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this glimpse into the life of a Roman governor fascinating, please like this video and subscribe for more stories from the ancient world. Let me know in the comments which aspect of Roman life you'd like to explore next. See you in the next video. Imagine this. The year is 70 AD. The sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of deep purple and fiery orange. You're standing on the legendary Appian Way, a vital artery of the mighty Roman Empire. Beside you, a stone courier station, my *mutatio*, glows warmly under the light of oil lanterns. This isn't just a rest stop. It's a critical node in a network that held an empire together. The story of the Cusus Publicus begins with the first Roman emperor, Augustus. After the chaos of the civil wars, Augustus knew that to rule a vast and sprawling territory, he needed one thing above all else: information. Fast, reliable information. He needed to know about troop movements, tax collections, provincial unrest, and political plots, and he needed to know about them before they spiraled out of control. His solution was to formalize and expand the existing but haphazard republican messenger systems into a state-sponsored, empire-wide service. Drawing inspiration from the earlier Persian royal road, Augustus established a network of relay stations all along the famous Roman roads. It was a system designed for one purpose: speed. There were two main types of stations. First, you had the asterisk mutations. Asterisk, like the one we imagined at the start. These were the smaller, more numerous posts, spaced about every 10 to 15 Roman miles. Here, a courier could swap his tired horse for a fresh one, grab a quick drink of water, and be back on the road in minutes. These were purely functional, designed for rapid changeovers. Then, every 30 to 40 miles, you'd find a asterisk. Mancio asterisk. These were much larger complexes, essentially full-service hotels for official travelers. This was a heavy tax, known as the asterisk, Ungaria asterisk. While it was a civic duty, it often led to resentment and hardship for the local populations who had to maintain this imperial Emperors constantly had to issue edicts to prevent abuse of the system by officials, who would demand more than their diploma allowed, burdening the locals even further. So while it unified the empire, it did so at a significant cost to the people on the ground. The system wasn't just for men on horseback. It also facilitated the movement of goods and officials using various types of vehicles. 4 urgent messages. Tere westi asterisk. Birota asterisk. A light 2-wheeled cart, drawn by 2 fast mules. For more comfortable travel for officials, there was the asterisk reda asterisk, or the asterisk Karuka asterisk, larger 4-wheeled carriages that were essentially the Roman equivalent of a luxury sedan, sometimes even fitted with bedding for overnight travel. And for heavy goods, there were slow-moving ox wagons. The roads were literally humming with the traffic of the empire, all managed and facilitated by the stations of the Cusus Public. Imagine the logistics: ensuring enough horses were available for a legion's paymaster, while also having fresh mounts for an urgent dispatch, and enough fodder to feed all the animals. Roads fell into disrepair. Barbarian invasions disrupted the routes, and the central authority needed to maintain the network weakened. The collapse of the asterisk cursus publicus in the west was both a symptom and a cause of the empire's fall. Without this rapid communication network, the empire became fragmented, slow to react to threats, and ultimately ungovernable. However, in the Eastern Roman or Byzantine Empire, the system continued to function for centuries, a testament to its brilliant design. So, as we look back at that peaceful dusk scene, the courier station with its resting horses and glowing lanterns, we see more than just a picturesque moment. We see a vital piece of the machinery that ran the Roman world. The asterisk, cursus publicus, asterisk, was the nervous system of the empire, transmitting information with a speed that would not be surpassed until the invention of the telegraph nearly 2,000 years later. It was a symbol of Roman power, organization, and ambition. A network of stone, sweat, and horseflesh that stitched together a multicultural empire and allowed it to flourish for centuries. It's a powerful reminder that throughout history, the ability to communicate quickly and effectively has always been the key to power. Thanks for joining us on this journey down the Roman roads. If you enjoyed this deep dive into ancient logistics, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories from history. What other aspects of the Roman world should we explore next? Let us know in the comments below. See you next time.